So, hello, my name is Noah English, and this is my business presentation. The Eagles Nest Barbecue and Campground is a proposed barbecue food truck and campsite because the problem identified is Eastern Kern County and Antelope Valley have suffered from a long-standing lack of entertainment. Thus, the people in East Kern and Antelope Valley have nothing to do, especially since the pandemic, which has closed a lot of entertainment opportunities. Thousands of poor families and aerospace professionals are left starving for entertainment. So how does my project plan to solve fix this? Well, that's because the Eagles Nest, that's because the Eagles Nest is an all-in-one outdoorsmanship experience built to solve the entertainment dearth of East Kern and AV, offering fresh homemade barbecue, camping accommodations, RV hookups, equipment rentals, as well as family-friendly and enthusiast-oriented workshops and activities. Now, how I plan to make this a reality is in two phases. With phase one, I plan to launch a school bus food truck, which is going to Edwards Air Force Base and other local locations to serve a limited menu of barbecue. All I need for phase one is a bus, its retrofit, a building to store it in, and that alone can all be up and running within 1 year. Phase two, however, is I plan to break ground on some family-owned land and erect the RV hookups, bathrooms, tent camping, glamping cabins, along with a permanent barbecue location and a full menu, as well as the fun outdoorsmanship workshops mentioned before. Also, a secret third phase with possible outdoor movie theater site, community center, like event building. It's a lot of land. It's a very scalable project. So speaking of, we all like differentiators. And speaking of, that land, 10-acre plot of land, exclusive to me and my family, as is family owned, and it is easily accessible from Highway 58 and has a gray zone night sky, which is excellent for amateur stargazing activities and other astronomy related workshops. Additionally, I'm in the process of securing some exclusive partnerships, namely for phase one. We have direct support from the former administrator of the Air Force Research Lab and current director of Air Force Plant 42, Dr. David Jester Smith, and Richard Cohen, who is the outreach and flight requirements lead for the Air Force Research Lab. They together will help me serve food on location at Edwards Air Force Base. There is also support from Alexia Sveda, the aerospace cluster coordinator for the B3K initiative, which is meant to improve employee retention by increasing the leisure options available to Eastern aerospace personnel. And further local support from a nonprofit called Aerospace Valley Futures, run by our very own Dr. Jeremy Woods, offering assistance such as website promotion, mentoring, and equipment sourcing. Now, regarding competitors, this lags a bit. Let's see. Regarding competitors for phase one, yes, there are restaurants. Yes, there are food trucks. Yes, there are barbecue food trucks. But there are barely a handful of trucks that are allowed to go and serve food on base, and none of them serve barbecue. And furthermore, there's no restaurant that's going to offer a campground that I have planned for phase two. Although some local entertainment alternatives include visiting a museum, going back to that same old restaurant, lose your money at a casino, try not to turn your ankle on BLM land all alone. Not exactly competitors. And I'm not sure how you feel, but for people out in East Kern, the Mojave Desert, you have to drive to do anything an hour round trip at least. And if you want something that's like phase two experience, that takes a 4 to 16-hour round trip drive. Out in Boron, where I live, you have to drive 2 hours to go see a movie or go bowling. I have to drive like 3 hours to go to a dentist. Something should happen. I don't know why it's not happening.
There
But
you
it's
go.
on and yeah. We want something a little closer probably. So in business, there are two big considerations. What is the cost of customer acquisition and how to get recurring customers? The great thing about phase one is, look at that. That's the Edwards Air Force Base. They are stuck there. Most of my cost of customer acquisition is simply my cost of doing business. And the Air Force Base administrators provide to their staff, to those trapped people, schedules and locations for their food contractors. Boom, that's advertising, done. Reoccurring customers, I just go back. They're not leaving. I park outside of Plant 42 for lunch, and the workers at Plant 42 are coming out for lunch. The Army and Air Force Exchange Services coordinates food trucks on base and provides identified locations where trucks get the most traffic. And just like any business run by a 20-something-year-old, I will have a prolific social media presence to showcase my food and business. Phase 2 plans to expand marketing efforts outwards. Highway traffic, Barstow customers, Lancaster, Bakersfield, namely through billboards, the social media campaign, and rewards programs. And while I'm on base selling to the reoccurring customers, I can say, hey, I've opened a fun little campground just a short drive away. Stay the weekend, bring your kids, eat more barbecue. It will be great. Now, I've mentioned barbecue a lot, so let me just please do. There it is. Bam, menu. It's in your packet because this is kind of dense. And this will be important a little later. So in phase 1, the menu is sweet and savory pulled pork, barbecue chicken, homemade sourdough biscuits, German potato salad, classic coleslaw, fresh lemonade, sweet tea, and bottled water. This can be expanded upon to include glazed pork ribs, campfire beef pot roast, baked beans, mac and cheese. All of it's priced out for your convenience in Appendix A, and all these things are recipes I've created myself. Speaking of money, however, initial costs are around, say, $88,000. With monthly expenses estimated to be around $4,000. Now, these are rough financial estimates, and I'll likely find more ways to save money once the business launches, which increases revenue, decreases cost. Long story short, I know I can sell at least 600 meals a month, which is just 20 meals a day. And with that, we make profit by year 2. This is the wrong slideshow.
It's my fault.
Well, if I remember correctly, by year 1, we're down, I think it's minus 44,000. But by year 2, we're green at around 7,000. And from then on, it's around $14,000 annual profit. Okay, so that the packets are correct. That one isn't. That's fine. But for all those profits mentioned in there, that's not including the finances for phase 2, because we have 2 months to do this, and doing all the financing takes a long time. But in general, it has greater expenses, yes, but it also has much greater rewards. And all that profit can be invested from phase 1, can be invested right into phase 2 in chunks or bits or gradually. Who knows? But for right now, it's phase 1 that needs to get off the ground. No more slides. Okay. Given that information, I have $35,000 cash. As well as around $1,200 of extra income a month to invest directly into the business. I have the 10 acres, which is appropriately zoned for this development. Let's see, my team currently includes a local community figure and workshop expert. Hi, Dad, he's in the back. I have also an experienced entrepreneur and manager. Hi, Mom. And me, who has just recently earned a bachelor's degree in business administration with a concentration in general business from right here, CSUB, just last semester. And so what I'm in need of is everything else. I need. Because this is an idea that's just been brewing in my head with the help of my family and professors for the past 10 years or more. So what that means is I need a bus, it's retrofit, a building to work out of, and fencing for the building, so my bus doesn't get stolen. And some operating cash, just in case someone breaks in and busts the window on the bus. To be prepared, after all. But in a nutshell, that's my idea. Cooking and outdoorsmanship is my lifelong passion, and I plan to share those passions with the people of East Kern. Thank you very much.